fleas and germs. Let's do the night forecast. The nightly forecast. Weak negative, just barely, hasn't crossed down, got double strong negative weak. I mean, that could easily do anything. I'm not even gonna. I mean, we're nearing these weekly zones, could push a little further, whatever. I mean, but point is, it's sloped down, but still crossed positive. The daily heavily sloped down. Yeah, hit these daily anchors. Nothing crazy there. So week negative, day negative, 4 hour turnaround. We got positive slope on that. No divergence or anything. We did get daily MAC divergence on this high. Looks like it anyway, did we? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Fresh high, no MAC high. Big dump. Yeah, it doesn't usually mean a whole lot, it looks like. But when it's in line, then, you can see a push back upward. So, I mean, this dump was a pretty decent size. Yeah, 4 hour turn back around. So, week negative, but crossed up. Daily negative, crossed down. 4 hour positive slope, about to cross up. 1 hour, also the daily SMAs. As I said, I like to see the 5, which is this one, under the 20 for a sustained move. We got that here. Dumped under the 50. Now we have, bearish stack of the 5, the 50, the 10, and the 20. So that makes sense. I mean, the 1 hour is positive. The MAC making sense. New low, new low, new low, new low, new low, new low. Turnaround could cross back down or kind of pop back up. I'll get into that in a minute, actually. 30 just crossed down. Let's actually look at NQ on both of these. So the 30 actually did some work. Cross down, cross back up. Did the cross down, cross back up. The 1 hour gave a little tap of a cross down, cross back up. Makes sense. Go back to QQQ to leave it there for later. And then the 15, 5, 2. Let's throw this on NQ. Let's get the symbol sync. There we go. What are we seeing here? 15 cross up, nice move. A little bit of divergence, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. 5 cross down, but kind of a weak cross down. 2 minute cross down, but now curling back up. So we got some SPY anchors. We got the all-time high anchor there. Already been tested, but it's still could be a target. If I anchor this, I'm pretty sure we're above that. Yeah, so we got that. Pre-market, yeah, right about here. I mean, if we gap up over this, all right, get a back test run, probably, right? That's kind of what I see. If we start the day here, we get a push like that, maybe something like that. Wouldn't be too surprised, and this anchor catches up. Nope. I think that would make sense. I think if we kind of gap down for whatever reason, I'm really not seeing a gap down, but if we gap down, like, look at this NQ. This is crazy. Well, it's not crazy. Every MACD is aligned for it. if we get a gap down, I can see some chop around here, maybe push back down. But I'm seeing these anchors hold, you know. So a little bit of an anchor off the pre. This probably got tagged. Yeah, at the end of the day there. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm definitely going in bullish to this week. I don't want to have too much of a bias, but for example, this anchor here actually never got live tagged on the 15. I mean, it basically did. Never really got live tagged. I could see a gap up. I think if we gap up over this top down from the high of day, we'll get a back test and push up. I think that's pretty given. These anchors, a lot of them, yeah, they've all already been tagged, but I think they're decent little targets. And what I'm really like kind of looking for here is essentially like, I mean, what do we have? We built a little trend, gapped under it, flushed, right? Built a little trend, pushed under it, flushed, right? You could even make this say the trend and then like gapped under it, right? And then here, made a little trend, and then actually held it and kept going. Made a little trend and then is actually like riding it and continuing. And this is super rudimentary. I mean, nothing crazy or special here. I made this little trend riding it. So my point is that like, as long as we don't start breaking down back into these ranges and we kind of at least hold this bit of a trend, I see this just getting a nice ripper up, making a nice little cup, and then after that, you know, who knows? Does this turn into the lower high? Maybe. Or does it, you know, cup it? No, I mean, it's not going to do that, right? Or does it, you know, push back over here? Who knows? But I think as long as it's basically holding this like simple trend line, we get pushing up. If we like gap down and start grinding under, then I'm going to be surprised, but I'm definitely going to have to let go of my bullish sentiment. So just to wrap back up, I mean, weekly negative but crossed up, daily negative but kind of looking exhausted, 4 hour crossed up, looking positive. If I go over to NQ, 1 hour positive crossed up, 30-minute positive crossed up. NQ here, 15-minute positive, looking like it could go good. Go ahead and curl down and get a pullback. 5-minute negative, 2-minute negative. So that's the look there. Mostly, you know, these two are going to be positive. I think the 4 hours, you know, trying to curl us back into at least a bit of a pushback up here. SPY, you know, I think whether we gap above or below this low a day or the high a day, I think is a big factor. If we gap, you know, if not, then I think we're kind of in a range. And I think this is really rudimentary, but I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it's going to turn out to be true that if we hold, you know, a bit of a trend line on this rise back up, I think we're good to go. But I think if price, you know, pushes down here and starts fucking around down here, then we're gonna see pretty nastiness. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Bullish, but definitely to be careful with it. Yeah, I think that about does it. Go ahead and wrap this up. Upload.